The dawn of the turbo hybrid era in 2014 heralded a huge technical shake-up in Formula One. Gone were the screaming V8 engines. In their place, turbocharged hybrid power units, the most thermally efficient engines ever made, and pioneering engine recovery technology. F1 was heading in a new direction. In a quiet corner of England, the brains at Brixworth had mastered the rule change. The Mercedes power unit was peerless, and in the first race of the new era, they laid down their marker.
Come on, guys, brilliant stuff. What a car you've given me. What a car, unbelievable.
The Drivers' Championship was distilled into a duel between the two Mercedes drivers. Old friends Lewis Hamilton and Nico Rosberg. And for the next 3 seasons, the rivalry was immense. At the 2014 Belgian Grand Prix, the two Mercedes clashed on the second lap.
For the first time this season, we've seen the two Mercedes drivers coming together.
2 years later, tensions reached boiling point in Barcelona.
And it's Nico Rosberg and Hamilton's onto the grass, and Hamilton's had a massive crash, and he's crashed into his teammate. The two Mercedes come together as Hamilton tried to pass on the inside.
Mercedes let their rivals race, and it was pure soap opera to watch. The Silver Arrows would win 7 Drivers' Championships, a record 8 straight Constructors' titles, and claim 115 race victories. In 2016, the team steamrolled their way to a record 19 race wins in a single season. But new rules didn't just transform the cars. Lewis Hamilton also experienced a metamorphosis at Mercedes to become the hero of the hybrid era. Winning his first title with the Silver Arrows in 2014 was an emotional moment. Hamilton had once again proved his doubters wrong. The move from McLaren had been the right one. But his pursuit of perfection didn't slow down. Hamilton rewrote F1 history, reaching an incredible 100 pole positions and 100 Grand Prix wins, and capturing a record-equalling 7 world titles, and only missing out on 2 more at the final round. Hamilton became a global superstar, known not only for his awesome abilities on track, but for his activism off it. Rosberg gave his all to beat Hamilton and win the title in 2016. Childhood dream complete, he retired from F1 just 5 days later. Behind the Mercedes, and sometimes in front of them, were other daring drivers and the arrival of a new generation of racing superstars. Even before he hit the track, Max Verstappen was making headlines. At 17 years old, some wondered if he was too young for an F1 debut. He wasn't. Red Bull had discovered another precocious talent, winning on his debut for the senior team in Spain. After some jaw-dropping drives, Max matured into a championship contender and delivered the dream in the most dramatic of circumstances, the final lap of the final race in 2021.
It's a late lunge by Verstappen, who takes the lead of the race. Down the back straight, he's got a slipstream. He almost touches Verstappen. They almost make contact. Max Verstappen, for the first time ever, is champion of the world.
Next-gen stars Charles Leclerc, Pierre Gasly and Esteban Ocon also added their names to the race winners' rostrum in the hybrid age. As in all F1 eras, the pursuit of safety continued. The tragic loss of Marussia driver Jules Bianchi rocked the sport and its close community, and spurred the governing body onto new heights. The Halo, a cockpit protection device designed by Mercedes, was introduced in 2018. Biometric gloves were also brought in to monitor the driver's pulse rate and oxygen levels, and the introduction of the virtual safety car to neutralise the race immediately. There were still lucky escapes. Perhaps luckiest of all was Romain Grosjean, who walked away from a fiery crash in Bahrain in 2020. Some innovations of the hybrid era were not quite as successful. Double points handed out for the 2014 finale were scrapped, dismissed as a gimmick. Ballooning grid penalties, like the 65 places once given to Stoffel Vandoorne, were also curbed, and 2016's knockout-style qualifying revamp was quickly abandoned. Some revolutions could not have been written in any rulebook. Step forward, Daniel Ricciardo and his celebratory shoey. Have a seat, Fernando Alonso and his sun-tanning antics in Brazil. Sir Lewis Hamilton and his commitment to equality. Perhaps no one could have predicted another twist in the saga of the hybrid era. F1's longtime architect, Bernie Ecclestone, made his exit, selling up to Liberty Media, who now, along with the FIA, have revolutionised the future of the sport to serve a new generation of fans. Now a new dawn awaits. 2022 will see the debut of the first cars in F1 history to specifically promote better racing, allowing cars to follow each other more closely by reducing the effects of aerodynamic turbulence. A commitment to the best off-track powers the future too, through sustainability programs, development of cutting-edge biofuels, and scholarships to promote diversity throughout the sport. And a new generation of drivers set to take the sport to new heights. All hail the hybrid era, and long live the future.